Yeah, there's this quote in the Gospel of Thomas or Philip, which is one of the Gospels that were completely removed from the Bible and were found in 1942 in Egypt, unedited, before the Romans and the church decided, oh, hey, listen, we don't want people knowing the truth. Let's twist it up, right? So, of course, they removed this quote where Jesus, his actual name was not Jesus, but still, Yeshua, right, was saying, listen, don't give to charity because you'll corrupt your minds. Of course, they removed that from the Bible, but he's not saying charity or trying to help a poor person is inherently evil. He's saying do not do things that are against your love. So if you don't want to help out of your heart's real desire a poor person, you don't have to, because that's not how it works. So you see, people think that if they carry a mental identity inside of them that says I'm good, then you're good. But in fact, it's just the oppositional energy of being bad. Most people's being good is just trying very hard all their life avoiding being bad. So then you hear people go to you and they try to convince you about how good they are, and you just know, or you should know, that they secretly fear they are bad. That's why they're trying to convince you anyway. Or even worse, if you detect it, maybe they are bad. You know, they do things which are unloving, so therefore they have to go real hard about convincing you on how good they are. Reminds me of the church, you know, they're like, you guys should be humble and have humility, while they're wearing a thing made out of gold that could feed like 3 villages or something. And they're like, you should be humble and have no ego. If you have no ego, you can't wear that. Even if you tried, you know, even if you tried, you could have it right here and be like, no, like that's ridiculous. I'm going to go sell it and do something with it, which is whatever I want, basically, because I'm free, right? You could go buy something that you like for yourself, and with the rest of the money, help people. It's not really pre-chosen, sorry. It's not like you have to follow commandments, but you will know for sure if you're on the right track, because if you do something nice with that money, you will definitely not feel like sharing it with anyone, because why would you? That sounds like a waste of energy, doesn't it? Couldn't you just use that energy to do something that you like? Maybe read a book or watch something on TV that's funny. Now, obviously, the voice is trying to convince you that you're good is how a narcissist acts. For example, we never expect bad people to be openly bad people, you know, like those serial killers that we see on the news and Netflix, right? They're like, I'm so bad, I enjoy eating people and this and that. Well, that seems like a rare case. 99% of the bad people, they will have such a good act persona that you'll be like convinced that they are for a little while. And when the mask falls off, the change is abrupt. It's like, you know, there's no middle ground, because if you ever see me on the street or in my house, because there are cameras in my house, and you see me like I'm super stressed in some moment and my cat meows at the worst moment, I'm like, fuck off! And I scream at them, I won't really be embarrassed because there's no mask to fall. I'm telling you. But now pretend it's you who gets exposed for being bad, and people are like, oh my god, you're so bad. That was evil. You must be like pretty evil. If that's what we saw, you're probably doing worse things, right? Something like this. You could genuinely say, I don't care about you guys perceiving me as bad, because I didn't have any energy invested in you guys perceiving me as good to begin with. So how could I care about one side of the coin if I don't care about the coin at all? All identity is the devil, because words are made up. You didn't have words originally, so if there's a thought saying I'm so good because I did it, it's just because you're scared of being perceived as bad. when you lose that fear because you know yourself and you know that you're not inherently bad in the ways that people or society pretend, like, oh, if you let yourself go, you're gonna start killing and raping. No, when you know you have love in your heart, you know you have love in your heart, and you don't get attached to debates over morality or anything like that. But most importantly, how a spirit is going to possess you, right? Funny words seem a little exaggerated and Hollywood like. It's not really that crazy, but it is pretty crazy. They're not going to get inside of you by saying, I'm so mean, I'm openly mean. They're going to trick you by saying the opposite. I'm so good. And you're going to hear the thought that you didn't choose. You don't even choose when they arise or what they say, but you think that's you? And they're going to say, I'm so good. And you're going to be hearing a voice that says, I am so good. It's like, who is this person? Definitely wasn't me as a baby. When I was pure, if I could have seen that thought back then, I'd be like, who is that guy? So yeah, they're not going to infiltrate you by being open about the fact that they're bad. It's like a narcissist putting on the act for you. So if you want to be free, you have to let go of the fear of being bad and the attachment to being good. It's not for humans to, I'll just quote Yeshua again, okay? See you soon.